Something feels off, really off, and now people are finally brave enough to say it out loud. Back when Meghan Markle shared the news that she was expecting, the world reacted like it was a fairy tale. A Hollywood star marrying into royalty and now growing a family? It had all the makings of a modern dream. But then, things started to look strange. There were odd angles in the photos. Videos that didn't quite make sense. Her baby bump seemed to change in size and shape depending on the day. And that constant holding of her stomach, it didn't look natural. It looked staged. First, people shrugged it off. But the whispers never really stopped, and now they're getting louder. What if she didn't carry those babies? What if the whole thing was just an act? Surrogacy isn't taboo anymore. A lot of public figures go that route and talk openly about it. But what bothers people isn't the use of a surrogate, it's the possibility that Meghan acted like she didn't. That's where people start to feel manipulated. The couple goes out of their way to present something personal as authentic, but it isn't, that crosses into deception. And for Meghan and Harry, who left the royal spotlight claiming they wanted privacy and honesty, this kind of rumor hits hard. Especially now that someone allegedly close to the situation might be getting ready to spill everything. The theory has spilled out of niche forums and into the mainstream. It's in the comments of celebrity posts on talk shows and YouTube documentaries. People are digging into the timeline of Archie's birth, remembering how Meghan and Harry skipped the traditional post-birth photo on the hospital steps, or how the palace announced she was in labor when the baby had already been born. That sort of misstep only added fuel to the suspicion. Former staffers started talking too behind closed doors. Some didn't understand the overly polished photos. Some questioned why the couple avoided so many royal traditions. And through it all, Meghan and Harry kept their lips sealed. No clarification. No denial. Just silence. And in the court of public opinion, silence often sounds like guilt. Then came the online detectives. Side-by-side shots of her baby bump began circulating. One day it's large and high, the next it's low and subtle. People noticed how her clothing choices always seemed to shape the same exact silhouette. In one clip, she crouches down and her stomach folds in half. That footage alone got millions of views and sparked countless debates. Was it a bad camera angle, or was she wearing something artificial? And here's where things took a turn. It wasn't just that her bump looked different. It moved strangely, bounced when she walked, tilted when she turned. Some even claim it looked like it shifted independently of her body. That raised a chilling question. If Meghan didn't carry the child, then who did? That's when the talk of a surrogate got louder. Rumors suggest someone close to the situation, a woman behind the scenes, might finally be ready to talk. Maybe she was paid to keep quiet. Maybe she signed a contract. But whispers online say she's tired of being erased. If that person decides to speak, the fallout could be massive. The internet doesn't wait for receipts. It just needs a spark. Reddit threads, side-by-side photos, slow-mo video breakdowns, it all built into one of the most persistent rumors surrounding the couple. One user pointed out that Meghan's bump seemed to deflate slightly in one video. Others claim you can see straps holding something in place under her dress. Every day, new evidence gets posted. True or not, people are eating it up. And it didn't help when Meghan's own family started piling on. Her half-brother made a joke video pretending to wear a fake belly. Her dad dropped cryptic statements in interviews. Her sister made comments about frozen eggs and secret procedures. They may not be reliable, but people are listening anyway. The drama is too juicy, too bizarre to ignore. Then came the fake palace statement. A doctored screenshot that looked like an official post from Kensington Palace spread across social media. Said Meghan used a surrogate. It looked believable at first glance, but it was quickly debunked. Wrong language. Wrong format. Completely fake. But for a moment, people believed it because many were already suspicious to begin with. Trying to flip the script, Meghan posted something unexpected. a collection of personal images for her anniversary. And right in the middle of it, an ultrasound photo. And another image showing her profile with a clear baby bump. She didn't say a word about the rumors. She didn't have to. The message was obvious. Here's your proof. Some fans applauded her for staying calm and quiet. Others weren't impressed. They said the ultrasound proved nothing. They said the bump still looked odd. To them, it wasn't truth, it was deflection. But it was the hospital dance video that truly split the public. Meghan, dancing and laughing in a hospital gown, clearly very pregnant. She shared it to mark her daughter's birthday and explained she was doing it to help trigger labor. Harry joined her in the video, making silly faces and dancing like a goofball. Felt like a genuine moment. But the critics weren't buying it. They slowed it down, froze frames, picked it apart. Where are the hospital machines? Why is she moving so freely if she's about to give birth? That bump doesn't behave normally. They treated the clip like a crime scene. But experts chimed in too. A nurse pointed out that she was wearing a contraction monitor. The 4 was where it should be. Nothing seemed off medically. But by then, the damage was done. People weren't looking for truth. They were looking for confirmation of what they already believed. And once that belief is set, even facts look suspicious. Meghan and Harry have spent years trying to reshape their image. They've told their story through books, podcasts, interviews, and deals with massive platforms. But this pregnancy rumor pokes a hole in the heart of that story. People start thinking it was all fake. If even part of it was, it calls everything else into question. Turns Meghan's motherhood journey from something inspirational into something questionable. Her bump photos, her poetic quotes about being a mother, the soft focus videos. All of it starts to look like branding instead of reality. And that hits people in a deeply personal place. 'Cause pregnancy isn't just PR. It's real. It's emotional. It's painful. Faking that, even just once, feels like an insult to every woman who's been through it for real. Then there's Harry. The man who once vowed to protect his family from the very press that haunted his mother. The one who said he'd shield Meghan from everything toxic. And now, he's gone quiet. Not a word about the rumor. No statement. No denial. And that quiet is getting louder. The Harry that people admired, the outspoken prince, the rebel, the guy who broke royal tradition, that Harry seems like he's fading. And what remains is a man locked in a business machine of deals, image control, and silence. Each day this goes unaddressed, it gets worse. One leak becomes 2. Comment becomes a headline. A theory becomes the truth for thousands. And eventually people stop caring whether it's real, they just believe it is. That's the danger. Once people lose trust, they stop giving you the benefit of the doubt. There's still a way to fix this. Not with spin. Not with another glossy photo shoot. But with honesty. A real conversation. A real answer. Not because trolls demand it, but because loyal fans deserve it. People who rooted for Meghan and Harry, they need something to hold on to. Most fans aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for something real. But wait too long and that connection fades. In a world that moves fast and forgets even faster, authenticity is everything. And once you lose that, it doesn't matter how many followers or deals you have left. What matters is whether people believe you. And right now, that belief is barely hanging on. And the internet? It doesn't forget. Even if this rumor dies down, it'll never be gone. It'll get revived every time they trend. Every photo, every moment will be filtered through this suspicion. The shadow will follow them for a long time. This has become bigger than Meghan. It's about how quickly trust can disappear. One minute you're celebrated, the next you're under a microscope. And it wasn't one massive mistake that caused it, it was a bunch of little choices that made people feel uneasy. Here's the twist most people miss. What if this entire theory is wrong? What if Meghan carried both her kids and this is all just noise? That damage is still done. The hate, the bullying, the false claims, it all happened. And if she's innocent, that's heartbreaking. But if there is some truth to the whispers, even just a little, then the smartest thing to do is come clean. Not for clout. Not to fight back. But to let people see the real picture. People will forgive the truth, even when it's messy. But they don't forgive a cover-up. So maybe this isn't about a fake pregnancy. Maybe it's about how fragile trust is. How hard it is to earn and how fast it can crumble. Meghan and Harry wanted to take control of their story. But right now, the story is taking control of them. And unless they do something soon, the ending might be written without them.